Alright, so while my PC restarts, because I cannot seem to open a specific application, I'm going to do the daily log, which is, by the way, something I had planned. Talking about plans, yesterday I planned my day for today, and I've got to say, it's crazy. Like I've been stacking hours upon hours of productive, let's say, work, and I say productive with quotations, because is it quotation? How are they say? I mean, I say productive because it's all a matter of how well I spend the time within the productive block, the activity block I set myself to undertake. And the problem is that, as always, as I said in the last video, I'm not sure I'm utilizing that the best. I've seemed, at least for now, I've seemed to have set up, the time management part. I still have to quite set up the actual time efficiency management. How do you say that? Like the time utilization, like the utilization efficiency. I don't fucking know. I still have to get that down. Okay, I'm not that efficient yet. Maybe I have to look into some stuff. No, I have no idea where to look at. Let's be honest. But for sure, I felt like when I did the tasks I set myself to, so basically editing, then do this little thing, and then do this and this. Man, I was so early in the day when I realized I basically did my studying session and my editing session. I don't know, I woke up at around 7 or 8, I don't remember, and I did the editing for about 3 hours, and then I did some review flashcards, and then I went and studied all of these, and it was not even lunchtime or something along those lines. Maybe I had lunch, and then I went on the PC and I was like, oh, this fucking 3 o'clock, it's not even evening. It's not even afternoon, it's early as fuck, and I've got so much done. So this is the interesting part about scheduling your time. I think I'm gonna do that. I mean, I know I have to do that for the rest of the days. One thing I noted was that allocating a lot of time to all of this is good, but it is absolutely not enough in my opinion. I think this is just not even the first step. Like, it's a good fuck, I don't remember the word. It's like you're looking in the right direction, okay, but you've not actually taken steps. I think that the moment you take steps is like when you get out of your comfort zone, meaning you actually address the problems, like the core problems, like why you don't have what you should have and what you are kind of postponing, what you are kind of hiding from. Those things are the things you have to address. And I'll try to be as transparent as possible. I'll try, because I don't even think my consciousness knows what I am hiding from, but I'll try to list a few of them. Making the course, because I postpone modules, because I guess I don't believe I know enough stuff, even though I realize right now that most of the modules I want to make don't require any background in biochemistry, basically what I'm studying right now. So then there is not very excusable, it is not a good excuse. And then let me think, is this whole Obsidian thing worth it? I mean, I think it is, because I've been setting up a lot of flashcards and shit. I mean, yeah, probably it is. Okay, it is probably worth it, but I don't know, the biggest thing, you know what it is? That's do I continue on this entrepreneurship project. And what I mean by this is the calls and coaching concept and the business model, or do I switch to something else? I'm not a switcher. Okay? I'm not a, like, when I go for something, I go all in because I don't want to, like, the shiny object syndrome. I don't like that. Like, I wanna really dig into a specific thing, and if I don't like that, well, I already chose it. Like, I don't want to just hop on different things, and as much as that can be valuable at the beginning to just look around and shit, I've just, it's like I've invested so much time on this. I even feel meh about leaving it all together. At the same time, though, I'm not taking any actual steps to go, any actual steps towards achieving what I want from this. Like, I don't have a plan. I maybe I have it, but I don't actuate it. Like, I have like an idea, and I have a strategy that is not sustainable, which is to outreach as many people as possible and get a few paid clients. Like, this is just to make a few bucks. I mean, at least I can make something, I guess, but there is not nearly enough to even satisfy a regular pay. There is not something I can look for, and I just have to find ways to have people buy my product, and so far I've had quite a few achievements. I've helped many people. I have at least 4 people in my mind right now that I have helped. No, actually 3 that I have deeply helped, and I am proud of that. They always congratulate me, or they kind of look at me as a reference point. That is very satisfying and that is very fulfilling. I'm not gonna lie. So there is something, but with all the pressure I have, and I don't know if that's rightfully so. I don't know, like, if there is a justified pressure, or there is just something I should eradicate. But I do feel the pressure of not being in the conventional system, meaning I'm not studying as always, not studying and not going to work consistently like a 9 to 5. So it's probably because I hear my mother constantly talk about this thing, and so I'm kind of getting conditioned and everything. But I feel that there is also a good reason to think that I'm not doing something, meaning I believe there is a different universe where I do actually get what I want, and I have it basically now, or at least as soon as possible. I'm going in that direction. I feel like I'm not really going in that direction, though. I feel more like I'm just looking at it. I don't feel like I am actually walking towards it. Kind of walking, if this is the goal and I'm here, I'm not going straight to it. I'm kind of going alongside and circumnavigating it. That doesn't feel good. I would like to change that. And this brings me to my next point, which is that a cyclic routine, a routine, like a daily plan that is the same every day, which is what I aimed to have a few months ago, was to have a calendar filled with things I wanted to do in the day, and each day I should have done that. Never did any of that shit. But having like a schedule that is always the same, I believe there is some problem in that. If you think about it, let's say you have, at the moment, you have some tasks that you do, okay, and you try to put as much effort on them as possible. Like, the 80-20 rule, that you are doing basically the 20% all day, which is kind of what I was aiming for and what I'm doing right now. I'm doing as much editing, as much studying as possible. Imagine you are in that situation. The problem for me arises when you are doing that every day and you don't leave time to increment. So let's say the output of my days, whether it is studying or like the sum of studying and business editing basically and recording. If I do that every day, the line goes like this, okay? Because I am doing the actions, I'm getting knowledge, I'm getting clarity, and I'm giving content and everything. But if I don't see, like, I only do outreaches, like 10 outreaches a day, 5 outreaches a day, I do it every day, and you know, day sums up, and at the end of the week I've got 70 outreaches. You know, the outcome will be the same. It will be the same, but incrementally, like linear. It doesn't change. I don't know if I'm not able to express myself. What I'm trying to say is that you're just getting the same rate of results as before, but maybe a higher amount of that result because you're doing a higher amount of that action. That is not a good approach. A better approach, I think, will be to have an exponential return, like an exponential outcome that doesn't depend on your input. I mean, it does depend on your input, but this isn't always the same as what you've done so far. Meaning, I think I should not. Okay, this is linear now. I was using POV earlier shit. And if you are not familiar with this software, you probably have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. But if I create a new node, for example, this is what happens. Bam. I get to choose what I'm creating. Am I creating a discovery node? Am I creating an empty node with a simple YAML? Am I creating an empty, like completely empty page? Or am I creating, you know, all these, I have these buttons with specific CSS classes, and I can click this, creates a new page with a specific template. So instead of me creating a new page, clicking these, choosing the template, this is more visual, this is more fluent, and this is not the best part. The best part is that if I create, for example, a new node here, for example, let's call it, I don't know, Biosphere. Okay, Biosphere. If I create a node with this, it automatically puts the template I usually use, which is the discovery template. And it is most likely this, okay? So that's amazing. I fucking love this. This saves me so much time of choosing the template. There is so less friction. Before there was a lot of friction in creating new concepts because I had to essentially do the template, and I was kind of a pain in the ass. Now it literally creates the template and it sets my cursor in a specific place so I can start typing it right away. That's fucking incredible. Now, I have to say, this thing of typing right away is not very used. I mean, it is great, but now I kind of not even type myself stuff. I'm kind of outsourcing my typing to a chatbot. And so this is another thing I was reflecting on. Is AI going to make me stupid? Or is it going to enhance my knowledge? Because, I mean, yeah, it is going to enhance it, but the thing is that I don't think I'm getting very good at expressing myself, at articulating thoughts. I believe that writing is very powerful to get better at articulating thoughts, and by outsourcing the typing, which is the process by which you basically create all the reasoning dictionary of this stuff, like how to structure sentences in a good way to sound reasonable. I'm not doing that. So, and I mean, this is kind of a non-negotiable though, because I cannot like spend this much time on getting too articulate for a fucking concept that I should not even spend too much time on, because I'm creating a note on a concept. I just don't want to spend too much time on it, because I prefer having the flashcard done so I can I can learn it later. So I do learn the patterns, but I don't learn how to make the patterns. It is the problem. I believe the core element of learning when you write and you create these notes is the actual typing and struggling to figure out how to conceptualize your thoughts. And while I can read an already pre-made, well-formulated thought, I don't think that's the same thing, and I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing as actually struggling to get the same pattern. So I'm just reading the pattern. I mean, better than nothing, I guess, but it's like reading a book, you know. After a while, you start getting the same vocabulary and the same, not syntax, like the same, you know, way of speaking. So I don't know what to do with this AI thing. Like maybe I'm hindering my speech, and I'm not sure if I'm making progress with my English or am I regressing, because I feel this is probably an impression, but I feel like I'm getting worse with my English. I'm stuttering more. This is something I noticed. I'm stuttering more. I just watched a video about a course module I made. Bro, my English was clean. And maybe it was because I did many takes for one single fucking segment. It wasn't like I wasn't like just doing 2 takes for no, I was doing many takes until I got the perfect speech. But I'm not sure. I should watch an unfiltered video. See, even now I'm getting stuck on simple concepts. I should watch an old unfiltered video I made, so that I can compare my English then versus now. Maybe I am better than before. I don't know, maybe it's my impression. Anyway, I've talked a lot today. It's more than 27 minutes probably. Let's see my calendar. I should have finished the live vlog. I didn't get any notification though, because I didn't have anything else later. So that's it. And it's cool how I set up this calendar thing. Basically, I have many calendars from many Gmail accounts, and on the phone it kind of shows me all of the calendars from all of the accounts, and I can filter them out. And I've set a calendar for planning, so basically it automatically adds a notification to the plan and it makes it a certain color, which is kind of neutral. And all of the other actions, so basically the pink actions are the ones I planned before, while these other colors are indicative of what I'm actually doing. Like these are the 3% battery is gonna turn off soon. Anyway, yeah, these are the things I added through this application, which is synced to the thing there. So if I add something there, it also adds it here. And this is how I get my stats, and if I can visualize if I follow the plan. So yeah, it's gonna turn off soon, so it's been a pleasure. Not really. It's very heavy to do these videos, and maybe I should reduce the effort a little bit. Should I even keep doing these videos, man? I don't fucking know. Anyway, bye-bye. I should renovate the strategies, because especially if they don't really work, if they don't give enough results, or at least as much results as I wanted. At the moment I am doing outreaches, but I realize the problem is that to get, let's say, one client, I may have to do 100 outreaches. That's cool. But to get one client, I have to do 100. I can go on with it, but I know that doing all of that work for a couple of bucks is not worth. So I have to switch something up. I have to, instead of keeping like this 10 outreaches a day habit along, I think I should renovate and find another way so that result can increase. Yeah, I really have to work on expressing myself, because I'm not being able to. But yeah, that's fucked up, man. I was better in English before. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's AI. Like I'm getting stupider. by the way, yes, I am outsourcing all of the definition and syntaxing of, you know, topics I studied, like define this thing and then I learn it through the flashcards. It's an easier approach, which is something I anticipated I will do many videos ago. I don't know where, but I said I wanted to outsource the definition part so I can just learn through the repetition system, and that's cool. And I like that. I'm also recognizing molecules as something I don't see any reason to, but it's just something fun, like recognizing vitamins by the molecular structure. That sounds cool. And yeah, I mean, this is where I'm at, and I also noted down. I don't know what I noted down, but yeah, I mean, all things considered, I don't know. I also have to do some big questions. Also, these I was able. Let's talk about the plan. If I was able to follow, I was able to follow it, but not, because I don't know if that's only for today. Because today I had an issue with notifications, like the phone turned off, like notification disabled. I don't fucking know what happened. And I was able to save up properly, and basically 3 minutes before the activity starts, I get a notification. And I also get one at the time the activity starts from Google Calendar. Today, like this morning, I get notified when I should have stopped editing, so I went on more. And I kind of had to delay all the other tasks, and it was like a carryover effect, like a domino effect that I was trying to, and like I skipped that to get in track with that, but I also had that on the side, so like it was a mess. And I ended up not doing a couple of things I set myself to. So that's something hopefully tomorrow will not happen. I will also try to plan my day for tomorrow. And planning, like being this mindful of the time you spend, actually makes you understand that, I know, maybe it's like just an impression and you have just to be patient, but constantly doing, like, it's like time is not enough and you want more time. And you know, there is a lot of time, there are many days, but you want to get more done in the days you have, because you don't want to get at the end of the week and, you know, you just fucking edited one video. So allocate more time to editing, okay, but it doesn't change the thing, like the time you put on something is not that high in return. I really have to find something. Maybe I have to read a book about how to allocate my time better. I don't fucking know. But that is what I feel right now, and it doesn't feel the best. Or maybe it's just my impression because I feel pressured to do more stuff while it's not physically possible. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm just making guesses, and yeah. I think planning my time was a big breakthrough. I'm gonna keep doing this, and hopefully it will help me throughout my journey. And I also wanted, again, I wanted to dedicate, I wrote it down yesterday, I wanted to dedicate a section of my day purposely, and maybe I want to set this as a habit, a block where I think and I analyze and I just reflect about my present moment. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What should I do? A little bit of journaling, you know, addressing big questions, which I also have to write down. Maybe I should do that right now. All these things that you just don't get the time to think in a day, because if you don't have anything to do, you just procrastinate and do other stuff. If you have to do, you do the actions you set yourself to, like you work and you get lost in editing and you get hyper focused on editing and studying and you like learning stuff and everything, and you don't get or at least you try to avoid it, maybe the time where you want to think and address problems in life. Maybe that's a thing we do unconsciously, but this is what's happening, and this is why I wanted to enforce it. And by the way, this task of I did have it on the calendar today. This was the task I skipped to catch up with the rest of the schedule. So just to give you an idea, I mean, and yeah, I mean, maybe I have time this evening, maybe I should allocate this to the evening. I'm understanding many times and many preferences of where I want events and activities to be allocated. Yeah, but I've gotta do stuff. But having like a plan, like not having to decide what tasks to do is more powerful than I thought. At first I thought it was like just it was going to save me the time to choose. It doesn't save you only the time to choose, trust me. Literally, I only thought it would be useful to plan because at least you didn't have to go on the to-do list and on the stuff and see, oh, I should do that, or do I do that? You said, no, it's not that. You're not skipping that part. You are saving yourself so much more time, so much mental effort. I don't know how to explain it, but you are kind of even more prone to do something if you set yourself to do it the day before. Let's say on my to-do list I have make AutoHotkey scripts to randomize the first sentence to, to avoid the ban. I'm here like, should I do that? Then I get distracted, I see something else on the page. That seems like something I would like to do now, so I can't do that. And you lose time. You don't want to do that, so you go on another task to do this. I don't really want to do that. And you end up doing something else unrelated, maybe fixing some problems, or doing a stupid to do that takes time and doesn't give you much. Planning the day ahead, the day before, basically allows you to set yourself things to do and the yourself of the tomorrow. He doesn't even think about I don't want to do this. He just does that because it's on the list and you kind of enjoy it. This is the fun part. Not only you save yourself time of choosing, but you also enjoy it. While before it was kind of a pain in the ass to do that task because it was written there and there were many other tasks that were better and were more palatable. You actually, now that you've set it, you actually find it fun and you want to do that. So that is amazing. Like, that is so good. I don't know what tasks I had today. Maybe it was, I did have some easy dopamine tasks and I added them, but I also had more complex tasks like, let me see. Fuck, I didn't start the recording. I also had define. Okay, this is something I always procrastinated on. I basically had on my to-do list to define oxygen reactive species and metabolites. The fuck are they? Like, I always hear about them, and I always postpone it because I didn't want to spend time doing the definitions and shit. Now, I don't know. Like, I just read the thing and I've got to do this, so I went and did it. It was great. I learned stuff: metabolism, catabolism, anabolism, all these terms. I set the fucking flashcards so I can test myself all the time. I know that there are two types of metabolites, like the first, what was the word? There was the primary metabolites and the secondary metabolites. Like a primary metabolite is a result of the breakdown of sugar, for example, like amino acids, okay, breakdown of proteins. A secondary is something that is not necessary for human growth and functioning, but it's just like something else that does something, like maybe a regulatory molecule or an inhibitor, like caffeine. Okay, caffeine is a secondary metabolite. You basically it is a byproduct of metabolism. Also, antibiotics are a secondary type. All this stuff, I like that. I know about this stuff. And also the fact that I was able to use, I never used Templater because there was a period on my Obsidian Vault where it was causing issues. It was like lagging so strongly. so strongly, so much. And now I've said that basically if I open, like, this is crazy, man. Let me show you. You probably have no idea if you're an outsider, if you're not myself, and you don't use. Fuck, I'm using the POV. Fuck. Let me restart. Wait.